You seated your right, yeah.
Well, I was late. I'm sorry. I was on the phone.
Just to bounce off Gaza, Israel is still, they don't have as many troops in Gaza at the moment, given their movement of a lot of troops up north. They are still doing operations in Gaza. Can you give us any kind of update on what their next steps are in Gaza in terms of like any kind of transition phase? Is there anything that they like in terms of what their plan is, if there are no communications with Hamas? I know that a lot of this is under wraps, but any kind of how the U.S. is pivoting?
I think they should speak for what their next plans are. Obviously, we have been clear about what we believe the post-conflict period should look like in Gaza, but when it comes to what Israel's plans are, it's something that they should speak to.
Okay, and on Lebanon, you mentioned yesterday the number of Americans who have registered with the U.S. Embassy to get information in case they should want to leave. Do you have an update on numbers and any update on any U.S. assistance for helping those Americans to leave?
Yeah, so there are now around 7,000 people who have contacted us. Not all of those are looking for assistance to leave, but we ask people to register with us for more information, and then we provide them information. Some of those, I presume, will eventually look to depart Lebanon, and some of them will want to stay, but their plans may change over time. Their interests may change over time. That's the number of people who have registered with us. In terms of the U.S. helping people leave the country. For the past several days, we have been working, or past really going back to September 28th, we have been working to make seats available or to find seats available on existing commercial flights. We have been able to identify over 800 seats over that time. A number of them have been used by American citizens. Not in all cases have they been filled. And then today, we were able to organize a flight from Beirut to Istanbul to allow other American citizens to leave. It's been a priority for us to enhance the capacity of flights in and out of the region, so we've contracted with additional carriers to facilitate the transport of American citizens. There was a flight that left a couple of hours ago from Beirut, had a capacity of 300, had somewhere a little over 100 American citizens and their family members who departed on it.
Okay, thank you. And just one final question. There's been reports of an American citizen killed in Lebanon. Can you give us any?
We have seen those reports. It's our understanding that it was a legal permanent resident, not an American citizen. But we obviously offer our sincerest condolences to the family on their loss.
Sorry, just on the flight.
Yeah.
Flights, excuse me, from Lebanon, from Beirut. There was just one flight today?
Just one flight today. And I should add...
To Istanbul.
Let me just add for context. We do hope to organize additional flights in the coming days, depending on demand. If there is demand for those flights, we hope to organize additional flights. I won't be able to announce them in advance because oftentimes you understand, of course, how difficult the situation is, and times that we'll hope to have flights and won't be able to get them in or out for whatever reason. But I will be able to, after they have occurred, come here and talk about it.
Okay, and then you said since September 28th, you managed to secure about 800 seats on existing flights, not contracted flights, but existing flights, right? But you don't have any idea how many people actually took advantage of those seats?
I don't. I can try to follow up after the briefing and see if we can get
the exact
number.
And those are all, those 800, so 100 seats that you had secured were on Middle East Airlines?
Correct. It's the only commercial carrier currently flying out of Beirut.
Okay, and are there plans for more of these contract flights?
We are going to look to organize them in the coming days. We're going to keep trying to do both lines of effort. Identify seats on existing commercial flights, and then to the extent there is demand, and we do expect there will be demand at least for the next several days, and then we'll monitor as we go forward. We do expect to organize additional flights out of Beirut.